Splay operations, insertion, search, deletion. In a splay tree, searching is not just about finding a key. This means the search operation does more than simply checking whether a value is present in the tree. After the search operation, the accessed node is moved to the root using splay rotations. Once the search finishes, the node that was reached is repositioned at the root by applying tree rotations. This behavior is intentional. The tree is designed this way on purpose to improve performance over time. If a key is accessed frequently, it should be faster to reach next time. Keys that are used often should require fewer comparisons in future searches. By bringing the searched node to the root, future accesses become quicker. Placing the node at the root reduces the path length when the same key is searched again. If the key exists, that node is splayed to the root. When the search is successful, the found node is rotated upward until it becomes the root. If the key does not exist, the last accessed node during the search is splayed instead. When the search fails, the node where the search stops is moved to the root. This ensures the tree still adapts to access patterns. Even unsuccessful searches help reorganize the tree based on how it is used. Why splaying after search? Improves performance for repeated searches. When a key is searched, it is moved to the root using splaying. If the same key is searched again, it can be accessed faster because it is already near the top of the tree. Keeps recently accessed nodes near the top. Splaying brings the most recently used node closer to the root. This ensures that elements used often remain easy to reach compared to rarely accessed nodes. Maintains good average performance without explicit balancing. The tree adjusts itself automatically during each search. This avoids the need for storing balance information while still providing efficient performance over multiple operations. Here is the example for search operation. Search key 20. Start at root 40. The search begins at the root node of the tree, which is 40. Since 20 is less than 40, move left. Because the search key 20 is smaller than 40, we move to the left child of the root. Key 20 is found. The left child contains the value 20, so the search operation is successful. Now, splay node 20 to the root. After finding the key, the splay operation is applied to move node 20 to the root. Rotation applied. Node 20 is a left child of the root. Node 20 is directly connected as the left child of node 40. Apply zig rotation, which is a single right rotation. Since the node is a left child of the root, a zig rotation is performed using a single right rotation to bring node 20 to the root. Observation. The searched key becomes the root. After the splay operation, node 20 moves to the root position of the tree. Any future access to 20 takes constant time. Because 20 is now at the root, accessing it again requires no traversal, making the operation very fast. The algorithm for search operation is explained as follows. Start from the root. The search operation always begins at the root node of the splay tree. Traverse the tree using BST rules. The tree is traversed by comparing the search key with each node and moving left or right according to binary search tree rules. If key is found. When the required key is located in the tree, the search operation is successful. Apply splay operation on that node. After finding the key, the splay operation is applied to move that node to the root using rotations. If key is not found. If the search key does not exist in the tree, the search ends at the last visited node. Splay the last visited node. The last accessed node during the search is splayed to the root to improve future access paths. Return search result. Finally, the algorithm returns the result of the search operation. Here is the pseudocode for search operation. Search, root, key. This procedure describes how a search operation is performed in a splay tree. Current root. The search begins at the root of the tree, and the current pointer is set to the root node. Last visited null. A variable called last visited is initialized to store the most recent node visited during the search. While current is not equal to null, the search continues as long as there are nodes available to examine in the tree. Last visited current. Before moving further, the current node is stored as the last visited node. If key is equal to current.key. If the search key matches the key of the current node, the search is successful. Root splay, root, current. The found node is moved to the root of the tree using the splay operation. Return root. The updated tree with the accessed node at the root is returned. Else if key, current.key. If the search key is smaller than the current node's key, traversal continues to the left subtree. Current.left. The current pointer moves to the left child. Else, if the search key is greater than the current node's key, traversal continues to the right subtree. Current.right. The current pointer moves to the right child. Root splay, root, last visited. If the key is not found and traversal ends, the last visited node is splayed to the root. Return root. Finally, the updated tree is returned after splaying. The following are the important key points to remember while performing search operation. Search follows standard binary search tree rules. The search process compares the key with each node and moves left or right according to binary search tree rules. After search, the accessed node is moved to the root. Once the search is completed, the node that was accessed is brought to the root of the tree. Movement to root is done using splay rotations. The accessed node reaches the root by applying appropriate splay rotations. If the key is found, that node is splayed. When the search key exists in the tree, the same node is splayed to the root. If the key is not found, the last accessed node is splayed. When the key is absent, the last node visited during the search is moved to the root. Frequently searched elements stay closer to the root. Nodes that are searched often gradually move closer to the root due to repeated splaying. Tree structure changes after every search. Each search operation may modify the shape of the tree. Improves performance for repeated searches. Repeated searches become faster because frequently accessed nodes remain near the top. Amortized time complexity is logarithmic. Although a single search may be costly, the average time over many searches remains logarithmic. When compared with search operation, the insert operation in a splay tree is not completed once the new key is placed in the tree. In a splay tree, inserting a key does not end when the value is added to the tree structure. After insertion, the tree is restructured so that the newly inserted node moves to the root. Once the key is inserted, the tree is rearranged so that the inserted node is brought to the root. This behavior follows the idea that recently inserted elements are likely to be accessed again. Recently added elements are often used again, so moving them closer to the root improves access speed. Insertion in a splay tree consists of two distinct phases. The insertion process is divided into two clear stages. Standard binary search tree insertion. First, the key is inserted using normal binary search tree rules. Splaying the inserted node to the root using rotations. Next, the inserted node is moved to the root by applying splay rotations. Why to perform splay after insertion? Newly inserted elements often become part of subsequent operations. Elements that are added to the tree are commonly used again in later operations. Bringing the new node to the root reduces future access time. Placing the new node at the root makes it faster to access in the future. Tree adapts automatically without storing balance information. The tree adjusts its structure on its own, without maintaining extra balance data. This makes insertion efficient over a sequence of operations. Over multiple insertions, this approach provides efficient overall performance. Here is the step-by-step procedure for insert operation. Begin at the root and traverse the tree using BST rules. The insertion process starts from the root and follows binary search tree traversal rules. Compare the key to be inserted with the current node. At each node, the key is compared with the current node's value. Move left if the key is smaller, or right if it is larger. Based on the comparison, traversal continues to the left or right child. Insert the key at the appropriate leaf position. The key is placed at a leaf position where BST rules are satisfied. Apply the splay operation on the newly inserted node. After insertion, the splay operation is applied to the new node. Continue rotations until the node becomes the root. Rotations are performed repeatedly until the inserted node reaches the root. Here is the simple example for insert operation. Insert key 25. The key chosen for insertion is 25. Phase 1, BST insertion. 25 is less than 40, so move left. Since 25 is smaller than 40, traversal moves to the left child. 25 is greater than 20, so move right. Because 25 is greater than 20, traversal moves to the right child. The key is inserted as a leaf, following BST rules. The key 25 is inserted at the leaf position according to BST rules. Phase 2, splaying the inserted node. Node 25 is a right child of 20. After insertion, node 25 is directly connected as the right child of node 20. Parent 20 is a left child of 40. Node 20 itself is a left child of node 40. This forms a zigzag configuration. This parent-child relationship creates a zigzag rotation case. While applying rotations, the left rotation is performed at node 20. After inserting key 25, node 25 becomes the right child of node 20. To start splaying, a left rotation is applied at node 20 so that node 25 moves above node 20. Right rotation at node 40. After the first rotation, node 25 becomes the left child of node 40. A right rotation is then applied at node 40 to move node 25 further upward toward the root. Result and observation. The newly inserted node becomes the root. After completing the required rotations, the inserted key 25 reaches the root position of the tree. Binary search tree property is preserved. Even after rotations, the ordering of nodes still follows binary search tree rules. All left children remain smaller, and all right children remain larger than their parent nodes. The tree restructures itself dynamically. The structure of the tree changes automatically during splaying, without using any balance factors. This adjustment improves performance for future operations involving the inserted key. Since key 25 is now at the root, any future access to this key will be faster. Tree diagram explanation. In the final tree shown, 25 is at the root, 20 is the left child, and 40 is the right child. This confirms that the inserted node has been successfully splayed to the root while maintaining correct tree structure. Here is the algorithm for insert operation. This algorithm describes the steps used to insert a key into a splay tree. Insert the key using standard BST insertion. First, the key is inserted into the tree by following normal binary search tree insertion rules. let X be the inserted node. After insertion, the newly added node is identified and referred to as node X. Performs play, kiss smiley. This play operation is applied on node X to move it toward the root using rotations. Return the updated tree. Finally, the modified tree structure is returned after the insertion and splaying are complete. Say, insert pseudocode step by step. Step 1, we call the function insert root key. Step 2, first we check, is the root null? That means the tree is empty. Step 3, if the tree is empty, we create a new node using malloc. Step 4, we store the key inside node data. Step 5, we set both child links. Node left is equal to null and node right is equal to null. Step 6, then we return this new node. So the new node becomes the root. Step 7, if the tree is not empty, we do root is equal to splay root key. This brings the key to the root if it already exists, or brings the closest node near it to the root. Step 8, now we check if root data equals the key. If yes, it means the key is already present. Step 9, so we return the root and stop, because duplicates are not allowed. Now let's continue the insert code from here. First, we create a new node using malloc. Then we store the key inside it using new node data is equal to key. Next, we compare the key with the current root data. If key is smaller than root data, we make new node right is equal to root, so the old root becomes the right child of the new node. We set new node left is equal to root left, so the left side of the old root comes under the new node. Then we do root left is equal to null, because the old root's left part has been moved. Otherwise, if key is greater than root data, we make new node left is equal to root, so the old root becomes the left child of the new node. We set new node right is equal to root right, so the right side of the old root comes under the new node. Then we do root right is equal to null, because that part has been shifted. Finally, we return new node, because the new node becomes the new root. The following are the key points to remember when performing insert operation. The insertion is performed in two phases. The insert operation in a splay tree is divided into two separate steps. First phase uses normal binary search tree insertion. Initially, the new key is inserted by following standard binary search tree rules. New key is always inserted as a leaf. The key is placed at a leaf position where no further child nodes exist. After insertion, the new node is splayed to the root. Once the key is inserted, splay rotations are applied to move the new node to the root. Rotations depend on the node's position. The type of rotation used depends on the position of the node relative to its parent and grandparent. Binary search tree property is preserved. Even after rotations, the ordering rules of a binary search tree remain intact. Recently inserted elements become faster to access. Since the inserted node moves closer to the root, accessing it again becomes quicker. Tree adjusts automatically without balance information. The tree reorganizes itself dynamically without storing height or balance values. Amortized time complexity remains logarithmic. Over a sequence of insert operations, the average time complexity stays logarithmic. Coming to the delete operation in splay tree. It is performed in a structured way to preserve both the binary search tree property and the self-adjusting nature of the tree. Deletion in a splay tree is carefully designed so that the binary search tree rules are maintained while keeping the tree self-adjusting. Deletion does not remove a node directly from its position. The node is not deleted immediately from where it is found in the tree. Instead, the node to be deleted is first moved to the root using a splay operation. Before deletion, the node is brought to the root position by applying splay rotations. Once the node becomes the root, deletion becomes simple and controlled. After reaching the root, removing the node is easier and avoids complex restructuring. Why should we perform splay before deletion? The node to be removed is brought to a known position, the root. Splaying places the node at a fixed and predictable position. Subtrees can be handled independently. Once the node is at the root, the left and right subtrees can be processed separately. Tree adapts based on recent access patterns. The tree reorganizes itself according to recently accessed nodes. This approach avoids complex case handling during deletion. By deleting only the root, complicated deletion cases are avoided. Here is the step-by-step procedure for delete operation. Firstly, search for the key to be deleted using BST rules. The delete operation begins by searching the key using standard binary search tree traversal. Splay the searched node to the root. After the key is found, the node is splayed to the root. Remove the root node. Once the node is at the root, it is removed from the tree. Join the left and right subtrees appropriately. The remaining subtrees are combined in a way that preserves BST order. Ensure BST property is maintained. After joining, the tree still follows binary search tree rules. Here is the simple example for delete operation. Suppose, select a key for deletion is 60. Step 1. Search and splay. 60 is greater than 50, so move right. The search starts at 50 and moves to the right child. 60 is less than 70, so move left. From node 70, traversal moves to the left child. Apply splay rotations to bring 60 to the root. Splay rotations are applied to move node 60 to the root position. Step 2. Remove the root node. Left subtree is 30. After splaying, the left subtree contains node 30. Right subtree is 70. The right subtree contains node 70. The root node 60 is deleted. Node 60, which is now at the root, is removed. In step 3, join the subtrees. Since the left subtree exists, make it the new tree. The left subtree becomes the base of the new tree. Attach the right subtree to the appropriate position. The right subtree is attached while maintaining BST order. The key observations in this operation are: deletion always begins with a splay. Every delete operation starts by splaying the node to the root. Removing the root simplifies the process. Deleting the root avoids complex deletion cases. Tree remains adaptive after deletion. The tree continues to adjust itself dynamically. Frequently accessed nodes stay near the root. Nodes accessed often remain closer to the top. The time complexity for this deletion operation is: amortized time complexity is O log n. Over many operations, the average time remains logarithmic. Worst case for a single deletion is O n. In rare cases, a single delete operation may take linear time. Here's the short delete algorithm for a splay tree. To delete a key, first search for it. Then splay the accessed node to the root. If the root has no left subtree, just replace the root with the right subtree. Otherwise, find the maximum node in the left subtree and splay it to the top. Then attach the right subtree to its right. Finally, return the updated tree. Now let's go through this delete pseudocode step by step. Step 1. We start the function delete key, root, key. Step 2. First we check if root is null. That means the tree is empty, so we return null immediately. Step 3. If the tree is not empty, we do Root is equal to splay, root, key. This brings the key to the root if it exists, or brings the closest node to the root. Step 4. Now we check if root data is not equal to key. That means the key is not found in the tree. So we just return root without deleting anything. Step 5. If the key is found, we create a pointer called temp. This will be used to temporarily store the node we are deleting. Step 6. Next we check if root left is null. That means there is no left subtree. Step 7. In that case, we store the current root in temp because this is the node to delete. Then we move the root to the right subtree by doing root is equal to root right. So after this, the old root is removed and the right subtree becomes the new tree root. Now let's explain this else part step by step. Step 1. We come here when root left is not null, meaning the root has a left subtree. Step 2. First we do temp is equal to root. So we store the current root in temp because this is the node we are going to delete. Step 3. Next we do root is equal to splay, root left, key. This places inside the left subtree and brings the maximum node of the left subtree to the top. That maximum node becomes the new root of this left side. Step 4. Now we connect the right side. Root right is equal to temp right. So we attach the old root's right subtree to the right of the new root. Step 5. Then we do free temp. This releases the memory of the old deleted node. Step 6. Finally, we return root. So we return the updated tree after deletion. Now let's remember the key points of delete in a splay tree. First, deletion always starts with a search. We search for the key and then splay that node to the root. Once the node is at the root, deleting becomes easy because we are removing the root directly. After deleting it, we take the left subtree and the right subtree and we join them. If the left subtree exists, we find the maximum node in the left subtree and splay it to the root of the left side. Then we simply attach the right subtree to its right. Even after deletion, the tree keeps self-adjusting, so frequently used keys stay near the top. During this process, rotations can happen like zig, zigzag, or zigzag.